you know, to counter reality. All right, you know, to counter reality, they like to talk about the torture I'm going to experience. They want me to see this fantasy they put together. Target individual, know that the people who are talking to you are involved in programs that does so much horrible things. So remember to always put things in perspective. That's why I do these videos. I hear these people talking to me, tell me I'm going to be tortured, he's going to do this to me, he's going to do that. But I remember who these people are, what they do to people, how disgusting, low life these people are. They've been torturing women and children, and they do this. Some of them doing this to me right now. Torture children, torture women, and sexual torture. But they want you to identify with this reality they put together. With me, they like to talk about me as a kid. And they want to exaggerate what I did as a kid, because what I did as a kid is stupid, but it will never go to the extent that they wish it went. It's something I did to myself as a kid. And it was something to myself as a kid. They wish I molested a child, but that's not that. That's what they wish. They have to exaggerate and put something else. Now, kids that age can do something stupid. Now, with that being said, kids can also go very far. Kids can kill. And kids have done very bad things, horrible things. Now, these people are trying to make me imagine the worst version of what I would have, as a kid, wishful thing that I did. They wish that was true. What I did is I don't even want to talk about it in a sense but it's embarrassing, but it's something stupid that I did to myself. Now, these same people who are torturing women and children, they're making me think of a story of somebody else. This woman, young woman, was talking about how when she was a kid, this older kid molested her, right? Did things to her, right? Now, this is something there's no coming back from, right? There's something, but I'm saying they want that to be what I did as a kid. But that's not the reality. They create this reality to try to make themselves feel better, because they want me to think of that, oh my gosh, I'm terrible. Knowing that, one, they have to exaggerate to that thing, and two, these people actually torture children and molest them. And that's true. They use technology that can do things remotely, and molesting children is what they do. And so to counter that, they're like, oh, they're going to act it. Because they wanted me to take on somebody else's story, make me believe that I'm that person, and feel like, oh, you see, no, I'm going to put things in perspective. I know what I did to myself as a kid. Yes, it's embarrassing to think about it as an adult man, but think about what a stupid kid can do once. That's that. I know that kids have done horrible things. There's kids who have raped kids. There's kids who have molested kids. There's levels to understanding, but they know that better. These people torture kids. They do horrible things to kids. Infants are being tortured in this program. And so they want me to box in this reality they put together. This trash, and try to take on a story of somebody else. Instead of taking things for what they are, the reality of things. A dumb kid did something to himself, stupidly, never done anything, something stupid that kids at that age can do quickly, impulsively, never think twice about. But this low-life trash that come up with stories to come up with a way to counter reality. They are at war with reality, because these low-life are the same people who torture children and women. And to hear these people tell me, oh, they're going to kill these, I'd rather get killed than be in a program that does these horrible things to kids. And try to manipulate even the memories and exaggerate things to feel better about being in a program that tortures children and women. This low life are ran by pedophiles that do things to 2-year-old and 6-year-old, and they are trying to make me imagine me as a child, exaggerate the thing I actually did as a kid, instead of looking at it as, oh, look at this stupid kid that did this. That's just, well, this low life are in an entity, a program that tortured children. They try to block that. They hurt them sexually. So when I see them, I'm like, I know what you guys do to kids. You think I'm going to be like, oh, remember in 8th grade what I did to myself? And when I look at this trash in front of me, it's like, oh, do you remember this person is in a program that is doing horrible things to kids? And try to play the feminist? I will not let them act into this fantasy. They're here on the door trying to block that out. Like, oh, they're going to say to you. whatever you want. They say prep for it. I'm like, this is how I prep for whatever's going to happen to me. Because I know that these people wanted to live a fantasy where they're not in a program that does these horrible things to women. They're not in a program that does these things to children. But these people are protecting and avenging for what you did when you were a child to yourself and try to exaggerate, talk about molesting, wishful shit. I'm sorry for the language. And then I try to be like a Naibi, the little stupidity things they try to make me subscribe to. With the scripts that they give them, they use on other people and do the same manipulations. And then they think that they can walk by me. It's like, oh, it did. Oh, yeah, it did when you're suffocating these kids. What happened there? It did when you are here torturing them sexually. What happened there? Trash. They want to escape in the reality that they put together. Why do you don't even want to be seen anymore? Is it because you know that I know that you guys torture children? And you try to exaggerate with me as a kid. They don't even try to come up with some storyline, stupidity, try to flip into something else. Stupidity that child at 14 years old, just 14 years old did. Now they try to think, okay, think about this woman who's telling about her story. What happened to her? Which is, it's not, you know, which they wish I did. Try to come up with their stories. Because this young woman, when she was a kid, had an older kid do something to her. And now they try to make me imagine some nasty things like that. As me as a child. Instead of what a stupid kid did it. They're wishful. That's what they say in her mouth. Then they try to come exaggerate look. Instead of what the stupid 14-year-old did to himself. Never, impulsively, that's what kids do. Now, sorry, that's what kids are capable of doing and not thinking about twice about it. I put things in perspective. But these people torture children. They're trying to block this thing. They not only torture children, the entities that construct these bottom feeders are filled with pedophiles. You want to listen to what the CIA agents were doing to a 2-year-old and 6-year-old? That's what they construct these bottom feeders with rationality of a freaking pinky. For them to think that I'm going to let them go into this escapism of fantasy they put together. Look at this picture. Hopefully I can do of me as when I was a kid. They talk about a year of me taking this picture. The stupid thing I did to myself. It's humiliating. It's embarrassing. But it's what a kid is capable of doing. I know how to take things into perspective. Now I understand. I know that things can go a lot further. For kids can do really bad things. Kids can kill. But you understand, there's levels. And on top of that, my brain as a child, and while this grown-ass slow life are doing these systematic, horrible things to babies, I could never let them live I will never let them live their fantasy. I'd rather die in a cell than do what they do.